First Warning Weather with Jim Spencer.
Well, while we're on the topic, let's just go ahead and deal with this pollen count here. And as Jared said, the ragweed count in the 400 or 500 range for a consistent week now, even a little bit longer than that in the high category. The mole count high still. Fall elm also a little bit problematic there in the medium category, and our allergy forecast for Tuesday not looking any better, except the mold may come down just a little bit in this dry air, but we'll continue to see a problem with the ragweed for another week. 2 weeks maybe a little longer. Around the area this morning, the big story was the cool weather, very cool. In fact, it was jacket weather here in the hill country with readings in the mid-40s. Those were in-town readings in Llano and in Fredericksburg. Some of the lowest valleys out here in the hill country had readings as cold as 41 degrees this morning in a couple of locations. Most locations were more like 43 to 46. 50 in Burnett. Even around the metro area, we had some 40s this morning, including 48 in Georgetown and that record-breaking 45 I told you about earlier at the airport. Low 50s for the most part in our eastern counties this morning, but there wasn't a single county to the east that didn't have at least some locations dip into the 40s this morning. The coldest morning across the area this autumn season so far, and I think tomorrow morning could even be just a couple of degrees cooler. At this hour, it's real nice. Skies are clear across the capital city, and our current temperature at 64 degrees. By morning, we start at 50 in Austin. Noon, 72, and 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, right at about 80 degrees. Temperatures right now across the area already in the 50s in our eastern counties, 56 in Giddings, 54 degrees in Georgetown, definitely headed into the 40s tonight there in Williamson County, some low 60s out in the hill country. Officially in Austin, it's clear and 64. Out at the airport, skies are clear and 53 degrees. Winds, there are none tonight. Sunrise in the morning, very high pressure tonight. Winds, rainfall rather, today and for the month of October thus far, only 4 days in, 0. After that wet September, we can still use a little drying out in many locations anyway. Lake Buchanan, a foot below average today. Lake Travis is 4 feet above normal. You're saying, wait a minute, last week Lake Travis was 7 feet above normal. Well, as the calendar turned to October, the average level changed a little bit. So we're just talking about in relation to an October average there. Temperatures around Texas tonight, 60 in Dallas and Houston, 63 in San Antonio, 50s up there in the Panhandle and in the South Plains. Skies mostly clear to partly cloudy across the state. What we call a blocking pattern is setting up, which means the weather won't change very much at all until this upper-level wind pattern changes. It will eventually, but it's going to take until this weekend as an area of low pressure begins to develop to the west. That's going to draw in a warmer southerly flow across Texas. I think the rain will stay to the west. We should be dry all the way through the Austin City Limits Music Festival weekend, but it may be a little bit on the hot side out in the direct sunshine this weekend as our highs approach 90 degrees. Temperatures tonight, far from it. Too bad today's weather and tomorrow's weather and Wednesday's weather couldn't be this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because it will be just super. Cool in the morning, almost chilly, and then tomorrow afternoon close to 80 degrees. This weekend will be a little closer to 90. All right, tonight clear, 50, east-southeast wind. Tomorrow sunny, 80. A light east-southeast wind. Here's that 7-day forecast. Again, in this kind of a blocking weather pattern, your weather doesn't change very much, so don't look for hardly any change the next 3 days. But then the pattern changes a little. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you'll notice the warmer weather. You'll notice a little increase in humidity. But I think unlike last year's rainy, muddy mess, this year we won't have another chance of rain until Monday. On Austin News Today, you'll get the weather and the traffic together every 10 minutes, beginning at 5 in the morning.